We got another one, y'all. This another one of Nolan Wells' fake ass friends. And we're going to get into what he did just the other day. He posted a cryptic message that we're going to get into. And it sounds like he's hinting to bragging on something, or he's acting like he's some type of damn stepper that witnessed something that he's supposed to be speaking on if he was Nolan Wells' real friend. But before we get into that, we just going to be reacting and taking a look at some videos before we get into that, because I believe this video right here is going to bring back some hope. I really believe we're going to get some justice, because these boys cannot handle the pressure. And I'm going to tell you why.
Hey Bree, thank you for that post that you're sharing regarding Liam, but we're going to rewrite it a little bit because those thugs are not Nolan's friends. So here we go. Did a video of this before, but since Liam is sharing little information more, why not? So apparently there's this lady who said that she saw, she messaged Eric and told Eric that I saw the fight or etc. what was going on, and she was telling Eric that if he doesn't take it to the police, that she was going to go and give their information. Hopefully she's already done it, but that's how this is all coming together.
This is him, y'all. Eric Alcantara. Well, your name gonna be Eric Alcatraz if you keep it up. Hey, I just want to say I were a passenger on another boat and saw the argument between you guys, and will go to the police with this information. I also, okay, we're gonna get into his cryptic message, but let's go ahead and watch these videos. So this is somebody messaging him, the Eric Alcatraz, which is Nolan, one of Nolan Wells' fake friends. He's the one that was on the left of him on the boat. To our right, though. Let's get it.
She messages or DMs Eric. Eric blocked the girl or the lady, and then however Liam apparently sent some messages to Bree, and these I thought were very interesting and telling.
That's it right here, y'all. This dude decides to post when your parents ask about your day out, but everything you did was illegal, deserving a minimum of 10 years in prison. This is what he decides to repost in the midst of all this Nolan Wells stuff that's going on, knowing we're trying to get answers. He's not trying to get answers, but he claims that he's Nolan Wells' friend. But this is what you decide to post? Okay, we got you.
Did you do, Eric? What would warrant you guys to get 10 years or more if your parents knew what you guys did that 4th of July night or into the morning hours of the 4th of July? I mean, negligence of murder maybe, or I don't know. You tell us, since you made such a very, very bold statement.
And y'all see how we combing through each friend? Somebody's gonna break. Because there was like 2 friends that wasn't familiar with their face, because everybody was just focused on Warren and Bart. So these some more that's coming up, and somebody's gonna crack. I'm telling y'all, somebody's gonna break, y'all. Watch.
When I tell you these folks are moving and trying to shake, but we are on their asses, and we are not letting up, because these are the alleged people who were with Nolan. Eli Jax Patalo, Wyatt Pyron, Morgan Seymour, Eric Alcantara, Warren Hudson, and now that the last footage shows Nolan in a full argument right before he was last seen, you have to ask yourself,
bro, it's crazy. All of them privated their accounts, deleted their accounts. What are you running from, bro? If y'all want justice for your friend,
why would people who claim they were just hanging out need attorneys before the family even got answers? And why did they all go silent at the same time? And why does this footage feel like the moment that explains everything about why Nolan was unalived? So listen close to this audio, listen to the tone, listen to the shift, listen to the energy, and drop in the comments.
We gotta get the names of these characters along with their faces. Check it out, y'all.
Right. Now remember, when we're making these facts, we have to be very specific. We have to allege what each one did. Remember, what did Wyatt do specifically? He failed to render help 3 times. Twice on the phone with the CTO operator. Once by calling the grandpa, not 911. What did Bart do? He lied about being there. Said he was in Wyoming. His name was on the official Coast Guard report. His name was on the CTO call. All of these facts need to be in there. And I don't want you to say, oh, the boat was taken on water. You have to use the words he used. He said the boat was sinking and we're going down, okay? You have to find every single fact that these kids said. Go over to Warren. What did he say? He called the Coast Guard for 20 minutes, okay? Every single fact needs to be specific and correct.
I have not seen anybody at all personally make this connection in relation to what happened to Nolan Wells and what those boys allegedly and probably did to him. But those boys, they're not just from like some random area in Mississippi. They're from Ocean Springs. Ocean fucking Springs. The same Ocean Springs that regularly has its middle school and high school students ending their lives because of how bad the bullying is down there, because the people there are so fucking shit. Yeah, that Ocean Springs. Those boys are from Ocean Springs. So to me, that tells me everything I need to know about what the fuck happened here and what his fate really was, no matter how much that town and their families of the alleged perpetrators are like gonna be like fucking protecting them and whatever.
The same Ocean Springs, Mississippi that 13-year-old Aubrey Wyatt ended her life after severe prolonged bullying at a middle school there. Then her mom, Heather Wyatt, files a wrongful death lawsuit against Ocean Springs School District, primarily centering on the fact that nobody did anything after multiple attempts to notify the school. This bullying went on to cyberbullying. And the Chancery Court judge that oversaw that case is the stepmother of one of the boys who was on the boat with Nolan. Judge Ashley Cole, the mom of Warren Hudson, who was on the boat and in that picture with Nolan on the day of the incident. Now, the creator who posted the video that I shared earlier has since taken the video down and made his page private. But before he did that, the comments on that video was very telling, y'all. There were a lot of people in that comment section that had a lot to say about Ocean Springs and how they try to cover everything up, about the rampant amount of nepotism there, not to mention substance abuse amongst the kids. It sounds like this rabbit hole is going to run much deeper than we originally thought. Rest in peace to Aubrey Wyatt. And rest in peace to Nolan Wells, and may his family get the justice that they truly deserve.
Well, there was something else that I found to be a little bit problematic in Ashley Cole's statement about Nolan Wells, and so I'm going to put her words back on the screen. I'm not going to read them. I'm going to put them back on screen because I want to show you something. Take a look at the highlighted part. Do you see how she says, yes, I am a judge. I also value transparency. That's two separate sentences, and that's by design. And now that you've seen that, I want to tell you something else. The structure of a closing argument is to establish credibility, deny motive, and reframe the story.
I don't understand how the damn tip line is going straight to her. And the tip line is going, I believe it was the sheriff or them. They don't need to be a part of no damn tip line at all, bro.
Now, if you read Ashley Cole's entire statement as a unit, does that not appear what she is doing? Because, see, the reason why she made those two separate statements is because she is trying to give you reasons to trust her. She is using her judgeship, but then she also uses the word also to stack transparency on top of the judgeship so that we would trust her in what she is saying while she denies motive and then reframes the story to point back at the family of Nolan Wells. But see, that all comes back to that highlighted part. And the reason why I showed you that is because I decided to take a look at the code of conduct for Mississippi judges, and I want to show you something else. Allow me to point you to Canon 2, Section 2B of the Judicial Code of Conduct adopted by the Mississippi State Supreme Court back in 2002. That's a lot of words, but that's what we're looking at. Anyway, specifically, look at the highlighted portion. I'm going to read it to you. Judges shall not lend the prestige of their offices to advance the private interest of the judges or others, nor shall judges convey or permit others to convey the impression that they are in a special position to influence the judges. In addition to pointing out that code of conduct rule, I also want to point out something to you in the preamble because it's also important. The commentary is not intended as a statement of additional rules. When the text uses shall or shall not, it is intended to impose binding obligations, the violation of which can result in disciplinary action. Okay, so this isn't something that's like you have a choice. See, me personally, I believe her statement should be evaluated for a potential violation of the Judicial Code of Conduct because she invokes her judicial office while vouching for Warren's account. And Canon 2B specifically says you cannot use the office to advance another person's private interests. So that statement alone is worth an evaluation, in my opinion. In addition to that one sentence hitting Canon 2B,
meaning she's not supposed to be using her being a judge to help anybody. I don't give a damn if it was the family. That's law. So why the hell she's not being detained? But they could go way out in California and find some damn body under the damn shed somewhere who made a threat to her. What are we doing, bro?
I also think her statement in its entirety should be evaluated because Canon 2A, which is page 7 of the same fucking document, says that a judge at all times should act in a manner that promotes public confidence in the impartiality and integrity of the judiciary. And her releasing that statement does not do that. So that's two things that should be evaluated, in my opinion, if we want to be fair here. But
I'm going to keep coming back to this statement from Judge Ashley Cole because I truly feel like this is the thing that's going to get them jammed up. In her statement, she says that her son or stepson, whatever he is, Warren, last saw Nolan at around 3 p.m. Now, in the interview that Warren, her stepson, son, whatever he is, did, he gives a first-hand account of hearing his friend telling Nolan to get on the boat in a panicked way and hearing Nolan say no. How does that make sense when the last time you said you saw him was at 3 p.m., but the boat didn't get towed away until 4:30 something?
My buddy yelled for Nolan, get on the boat. We're leaving. The boat's having issues. And no, he didn't say that, but he was panicking.
Bam! Got him right there. He said, get on the boat, Nolan, get on the boat. The boat's having issues. Why the hell would Nolan get on a boat if it's having issues? And if it was having issues, is that when the same time when you called? And when you called, you say you was outside the island. So were you on the island and it was having issues and you drove off? Why would you drive off if the boat having issues? And here, if Nolan was already on the island, the boat was already having issues, how the hell Nolan was going to get on the boat and then y'all so Nolan got on the... Bruh, you messed up right there. If it's having issues, why the hell would he get on the boat? We got to highlight these joints, bruh.
Nolan, get the F on the boat. Get on the boat. And Nolan said, no, I'm staying out here. I'm going to ride in with somebody else.
Now, if somebody help me make sense of this, are you trying to tell us that you were on a boat that was so big that you heard all of this, but you didn't see Nolan? Like, I don't get how this would make sense. And the last thing I want to point out is that they finally released the entire phone call from the rescue. And yet again, there is one part that is still being cut off. And that is the part where she asked them how many people were on the boat.
And is everybody on board in good health otherwise?
Yeah, everybody's
How many? All right. Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
And I know...
See, TMZ didn't think that we was going to get the whole joint. See? They cut out the joint. They cut it out. See, now everybody got the full audio. Before, we was just getting... they edited it. They did all this editing, and then they gave it to us. Telling you, TMZ is not to be trusted, y'all.
What you're thinking, it sounds like they got cut off, but if you go and listen to the entire audio on TMZ, you will see that there were other parts where they were losing service, and she still followed up with the question, and he was still able to answer. So the math is not mathing. I also want to point out that I know that there are numbers floating around out there about how many people were on the boat, because people keep reporting on a certain number of people being on a boat. But why are we not hearing that in the phone calls?
They take pictures with people before they kill them, the same way that they took pictures of the bodies that they lynched and put them on postcards, newspapers, printed them out, put them on a fucking on a fridge. They use code words when talking amongst each other over public airways, such as like phones, because they're not able to say, "Hey, I just killed a black person." So they have to say, "We have a membership." They are so well connected that you aren't hearing anything from their side. Nothing. You're not hearing anything from their side. And that's because it was all orchestrated well before. And I'm not saying they intended on killing a specific person, but they did intend on killing someone. And when that takes place. Nothing slips through the cracks. Nothing comes from our side. That's why all you have are phone calls. You know, people that went out there and looked around at the site. The Ku Klux Klan does not wear pointed hoods. They're not even, you know what else is crazy? They're not even the very obvious racists. Those people ain't part of the Klan that can really do some damage. Those people are just ignorant motherfuckers, right? They all ignorant motherfuckers. But the ones that you see, and you might have like a skull tattoo right here, and he has the American hat, those are actually the least threatening people. The real Klan are the judges, the police officers, the boat repairmen, the scout, the people, the rangers, the coroners, the taxi drivers, the newspaper publishers, the nurses, the doctors, pilots, attorneys, like state attorneys, even defense attorneys. The Klan, when we said they took their robes off, they put on uniforms. Teachers. We're watching history unfold, and I love to watch my people wake up to it. I saw a girl say, why do they take pictures with the person before they kill them? And I wanted to say so bad, because that's what they did when they lynched us. And obviously this is like, they would put us in postcards, take pictures next to a burning body, a mutilated body, and put pieces of the body in the mail, ship it to grandma, Gam Gams, up in Massachusetts. She would love to see this. I saw one person talk about how it feels spiritual, because it is. I'm watching my people wake up. God damn it, I'm watching my people wake up and it feel good.
Y'all look up gator bait. I don't know if y'all ever heard of that, but y'all look up gator bait. So what she's saying is absolutely correct. It's like souvenirs to them people. They don't look at us as human, y'all.
I listened to the call, to the CETO call again, and I have a small update to my theory. I listened to the call again, and I learned something new from a commenter on my YouTube regarding the bilge pump. What I learned is that having an issue with your bilge pump should not cause you to sink. You're not taking on so much water that you're in imminent danger of sinking. If you're taking on that kind of water, there's something more significant wrong with your boat. But if you were to call CETO and you say that there's an issue with your bilge pump and you're maybe taking on a little bit of water, they would probably tell you to get to land, because you could get yourself to land. I think that this kid didn't know that. I think that the kid only knew to say that we're taking on water, right? He knew that he was calling CETO. The purpose of calling CETO was literally just to give somebody on a recorded call coordinates, because the kid was ready with the coordinates. He wasn't ready with how much water are you taking on? Couldn't answer that question because he didn't know what the right answer for that would be, and he wasn't actually observing anything. He just knew that he was tasked with calling CETO. He was ready with that, with the coordinates. He gave the coordinate that was very likely, most likely, not where they actually were, but it would place them somewhere convenient for later. In my opinion, that was Grandpa's idea. In my opinion, because they dropped his name. They knew that CETO prioritizes or only really does work for members. And so they dropped his name specifically. And then he simultaneously calls the captain directly and says they don't need a tow. And I think that the call with Vicky, the dispatcher, took longer than the grandpa expected. He probably expected that it would have been a quick call. They would have said what the problem was, and then there would have already been a conversation with the captain, because he didn't account for this kid being so difficult, because that's the other thing I noticed. This kid was a fucking asshole. How many kids on the boat? 0, none. Okay, how many adults on the boat? 0, none. Sir, how many adults on the boat? There's no adults. There's nobody over 21. You have time to be a smartass. You have time to place semantics when you're taking on water and drowning. So he made that call more complicated and difficult than it needed to be. So the call took longer than expected. So by the time
he was like, I don't know. We're just sinking. Just I don't know. What? You crazy,
man. That the grandfather called the captain to say, hey, you don't need to go out for this tow. The captain hadn't even gotten the call for the tow yet. So when Vicky finally gets through to the captain and she's like saying, listen, I'm so sorry. They're not really being clear on where they are or what they're doing or what's happening, but here's the situation. And they are really, like, there is a member involved, or they do have a member name, and they gave, you know, Jerry's name, and the captain goes, Jerry, I just got off the phone with him. So Jerry beat Vicky to contacting the captain for that reason. The call took longer than expected. He thought it was going to be a quick emergency call, and that he would then quickly call the captain to tell him that he doesn't need to go out there. Don't worry about it. It's just the bilge pump. He's going to be fine. They're going to be fine. Because you'll notice too that the captain was like, yeah, I know. He told me it was something about the bilge pump. Yeah, I know. And he didn't think that that was an emergency, because an issue with the bilge pump is not an emergency. You're not imminently drowning or sinking. That's what got fucked up. That just fucked the whole thing up for them, in my opinion. You establish the coordinates, and then Grandpa quickly calls the captain to say, don't go out there. Because if you go to those coordinates, you're not going to find anybody. And in case it's not clear, I don't have actual information that is exactly what happened, or that's what he said, or whatever, or that's what he was thinking, if it's not fucking obvious. But someone left a comment saying like, oh, slander, fucking... It's not clear that we're just throwing around ideas here, and I don't have internal special knowledge, and I'm not making an assertion. We're bouncing around ideas. I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, I also got another comment by someone who was like, oh my God, good grief. There's no way someone could have thought of this that quickly. You don't think quickly on your feet? Your immediate...
Man, listen, man, for those that saying there's nobody who could have thought of all of that quick, understand, Grandpa's used to that. I don't give a damn what his profession is. Them older guys in Mississippi understand the lineage that they come from. People don't think shit stink. These people are their ancestors, bro.
Sam here with a Nolan Xavier Wells update, and something kind of odd that was brought to my attention by Bree Lee, an amazing creator who, if you haven't seen her, she has been going around Ocean Springs exposing how many cameras there are everywhere, showing that we should be able to see more footage than what we're seeing. Anyway, I'm digressulating. She turned me on to this post by a creator, Liam, on TikTok, who happens to be sharing posts from one of the boys who has since made his account private. And here is something that he posted. He says this, check this out. Your parents ask about your day out, but everything you did was illegal and could get you a minimum of 10 years in prison. Now, I'm not saying this means anything, but drinking is not going to get you a minimum of 10 years in prison. He didn't say a maximum, he said a minimum. And we're just saying, I'm not naming any names, but this is a very odd thing to post. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments.
But y'all, that's the end of the video. Y'all get in the comment section. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this Alcatraz dude. Eric Alcatraz guy. Why are you posting a cryptic message about, well, it was actually a repost, but why would you repost that? Your parents asking you how your day was, and you know if you told them the truth that, well, I'm paraphrasing, that it could get you a minimum of 10 years. And then somebody texted him that, oh, I seen you and your buddies having this commotion on the boat. I'm going to the police. What? Everybody is going to get exposed. Everybody's going to get their 15 minutes of fame. And at the end, I believe the truth is about to come out, y'all. We just need to hit that right one, that right story. Because we already seen Bart was lying. We seen Warren was lying. We got to get Wyatt. Wyatt's left, and the other guy, he's left. So we working on Alcatraz right now. He posting little shit thinking he a damn stepper because he witnessed some shit. Now we got 2 more to go, y'all. We need to hear from 2 more and see what kind of lies they come up with and what kind of contradictions, the contradicting stories that they're contradicting one another with. That's all we need, y'all. We gonna get justice. we gonna get justice. But y'all hype this video, subscribe, and y'all get in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think, man. Big Kish signing out. I'm going, y'all.